So this is 24 hours later. We have let this set, it's glued, it's looking great. I'm going to take off the clamps, so you just unscrew them like that and then pop them off. Let's pull them tight because just for the next one we do. And then this one. Oh, kind of a slightly glued. Not a problem. Right. Let's have a look at this then. Oh, so all looks good. Slight bit of a gap there, it's no issue. There is remnants of glue. I mean, you could sand that down, but I'm not going to worry about any of that because I just want to get this built up and running, and then when it comes to veneering it, we'll take the drive units out and then we'll just give it a sand and that will get rid of all these markings. So yeah, happy with that. It's all good, solid. So now we're going to do the due and put everything inside the cabinet. First things first, we've got a crossover board. We've tested it with the drive units. Measures about 6 ohm, which is brilliant. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put the board in. So with your nut runners, or is it box spanners, I think they're called. We need to get these off because, and make sure you're not going to rough up any of the wire that you've done or any of the components. You just loosen them off. And what you want to leave in it is obviously the washer. You can't get rid of it because it's soldered in anyway. So, there. Washer there. There. And do the other one. Get rid of that washer. Superb. So the board is ready to put in. Now, oops. So it's kind of worth marking what's what. So I know that's a positive. So I'm just going to mark it positive. If this pen would actually write on this FR material, you might want to use a Sharpie, and that's a negative. Right. So, yep, great. Pop that to the side, we don't need that for the moment. So you see the posts here. Take the nuts off. Is this in the way? Is everything in the way? Am I in the way? Take the nut off. Brilliant. So on the outside, you've got this. Shows the logo. Obviously you want that the right way up. That pops in there. On the inside, you've got this. So that goes on the inside. But you can only do that once you've got the posts in. So you can see the polarity is marked. There's a positive. So pop that in there. Pop that in there. So let's talk about the holes that come in at the side. Can you see the holes that come in the side? So there's the holes there. Let's just expose the holes here. So when I'm using posts, I like to have them at like a 45-degree angle like that. So the holes, let me just to illustrate it. So I want it like that, okay? So let's pop them in. Positive. Like that. Negative. Like that. Let's get the angle right. Okay. Give them a tap. In. Still 45 degrees. Brilliant. So they're kind of held in place because of the wood is wrapping around. Device. So internally, so you might struggle to see this shot. Cool. So you see this is your kind of blanket, your washer. So when you screw these up, these nuts, if you didn't have a washer, would just dig into the wood and it's not great. So pop that there, yeah? Anti-shake washer, yeah? Pop over the top, like so. And then put the nut, do it up as tight as you can with your hand. And the other one. Is this the right size one? Or is it that one? It's that one, isn't it? Right, so this is your nut box spanner, as they're called. It's 10 mil size. That goes over the top. You can turn it by hand. But now you want to have something to thread through there. You can't really use what's supplied because you can, but it's not the best solution. So find something like a screwdriver that'll pop through. It's smaller, so you can turny like that. But I'm going to have to turn on its side because I don't want these turning from their position. So 45-degree angle there. Hold it like that. Yeah. So it's not turning. Box spanner in there. And just turn it. You'll get this it's quite straightforward. Make it nice and tight. Oh. Oh. Yeah, and then do it to the other one. 45-degree angle. I mean, you don't have to have a 45-degree angle. We can just have it pointing straight up. Tighty. Cool, done. So these are firmly in place. Awesome. Now let's have a look inside again. Yeah, just have a look inside, Johnny. So you can see they're nice and firmly put in place. So now you've got crossover to go in. If you remember, positive is on that side. So you've got to turn it this way up, all right? Obviously don't do it the wrong way around. So that's making it absolute. Always double check everything. Always double check your work. Because you don't want a mistake. You don't want to make any mistakes. Right, so that will go in there. Oh, that fits snugly. And then push it in. That's cool. Push the washers down so they're flush. You might need like a screwdriver just to poke things down. You see that, Johnny? Have a look. Brilliant. So now you're going in with your nut. So it has to be held in place. Oh, shake-proof washer. We seem to have lost a shake-proof washer, so just chuck that on top. I'm going to have to nick it from something else. Go as far as you can with your hand. shake-proof washer on the other one. Not on. Twizzle, twizzle. Right. And then we're back to our box spanner again. 10mm size, fit it over the top. Turn it by hand as much as you can. Yep. Right, then you're going to get a screwdriver in. You're going to tighten it a bit more. Oh. Right, have a look, Johnny. Awesome. Right, so before we put the speakers in, we're going to pop this in. So this is just your polyester material, so it's going to fit inside like that. So you kind of have to think about the wires. So I'm going to make a snip. And that. I mean, you could do loads of things with this cabinet. You could put bitumen materials on the inside, line it, but you kind of do that before you put the cabinet together. But I've found that this is more than adequate having this. I mean, I've had a pair I've been playing for months now, and they're brilliant. So pop that through there, push it in. Yeah, then get it all in. And try and push it up by the sides, internally. So, that's great. Right. So, this is your base, this is your tweeter. So we're in there like that, the tweeter's coming through there. Excellent. So let's do the speaker for the bass unit. There's plenty of slack. I mean, you've got more than enough wire there. You could actually shorten it if you want to. We're going to connect these up. So, as we've discussed, red dot, red terminal. So just go easy. They're not the strongest of things, these. So try and counteract the force of pushing it in. You can solder these if you want to, but I haven't. That's it, that's in. And then the black one. That's in. That's cool. Now, when you're doing this, you want there's flat sides to the basket. You want the flat sides to there. Then you can go in. Another little tip here, if you're that way inclined, you could put blue tack around here just to give it a good seal. So make little sausages, quite long ones, blah, 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 and then just all the way around there just to give it a tight seal. I'm not going to worry about that now. I'm just going to get them in. And just push it so it kind of lines up with the holes perfectly. And then you've got your screws. Now, word of advice, when you're doing T-nuts, try not to put any downward force on the screw as you're going in, because what that's going to do is you're going to push the T-nut out, and then you don't want that, because they're a nightmare to put in once you've dislodged them. And when you're doing your driving, I always go around evenly. Don't just put one in, tighten up to, and then work on to the next one, get them all evenly So do it by hand as far as you can. That one needs a little bit of help. I am not pushing down, I'm just turning the Allen key. It's not fully tight yet, but it's pretty tight. All right, so that's pretty tight now, that one. Cool, so there's the base in. You can put the tweeter in. Again, careful when you're doing this. You can snap these off so easily. So, just give them a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Brilliant. On this one. Get off. Down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Brilliant. Cover it up with the old sleeves. Right. So they either way around on these. The good thing about this, it's got a bit of a grommet going on, a foam grommet. I mean, you could fabricate one of these and chuck it on there if you wanted to. Same again with these screws. Do not force them down. These are much better than having screws, wood screws, because wood screws will lose their, tightness over time. A proper bolt is awesome. Tighten them up a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Boom, done. Back, front. Let's do a DC resistance check. What did we measure last time? It was 6 ohms. See that? .1, it's dashing. Wicked, DC resistance check is great. So here we have the finished product. So to recap on the whole build, I don't know, probably took about 2.5 hours. There's lots more you can do with this. We can finish this off with a nice finish, nice veneer. But we're going to be doing a video on that later. I just wanted to get them up and running for now. We're going to put the other one, we're going to build the other one now. You don't need to see that. And I mean, I know how they sound awesome, but we're going to play them for you on the video. But it's only going to sound as good as your sound. Just before I sign off, I want to say a big thank you for watching our videos. Like and subscribe, and follow us on all the social network platforms. See you later.